Welcome to Forgotten History Daily. I am William, and tonight we journey into one of history's most fascinating and darkest stories, the 1947 Roswell incident, a tale of extraterrestrial mystery that has left an indelible mark as we sit here in our modern world, where technology has made it possible to launch humans into space, where governments openly acknowledge the existence of alien life, and where the very fabric of reality seems to be shifting. Before on July 8, 1947, a mysterious object crashed on a ranch just outside Roswell, New Mexico. But it was what happened in the aftermath that would shake America to its core. Major Jesse Marcel, an Army intelligence officer, arrived at the scene to investigate. He claimed to have seen debris unlike anything he'd ever seen before, metallic fragments with strange symbols etched into them. As news of the crash spread like wildfire, the military initially announced that they had recovered a flying disc, sending shockwaves across the globe. But in a stunning reversal, just one day later, Brigadier General Roger Ramey declared it was merely a high-altitude weather balloon. Why this sudden about-face? What did the military hope to conceal? Theories would abound, from the notion that the US government had stumbled upon an extraterrestrial craft to the possibility of a top-secret experiment gone wrong. But one thing is certain: on that fateful day in July, America's understanding of its place in the universe was forever altered. As we delve into the depths of this enigmatic incident, we'll uncover the intricate web of government cover-ups, military deception, and eyewitness accounts that have left an enduring impact on American culture. We'll talk to experts who've spent decades poring over declassified documents, sifting through rumors and misinformation, and seeking out those who claim to have witnessed the unthinkable. Join me as we unravel the threads of history's most enduring mystery. A tale not only changed America forever, but also raises profound questions about our very existence in this vast, uncharted universe. As we continue our investigation into the Roswell incident, it becomes clear that the military's sudden change of story was just the tip of the iceberg. The initial announcement of a flying disc had sparked widespread excitement and speculation around the world. But when General Ramey stepped in to claim it was merely a weather balloon, many began to question what else might have been hidden. One person who was on the ground during those tumultuous days was William Mac Brazel, the rancher whose property was where the debris had landed. He had discovered the strange materials while out checking his land and initially kept it to himself, not wanting to draw attention to the area. But after some prodding from a local official, he contacted the Roswell Army airfield to report what he'd found. "I knew something was amiss," Brazel would later recall in an interview with this reporter. "The debris was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. It was like nothing I'd ever heard of. And when the military came out and took it, well, let's just say I had my doubts about what really happened." Brazel's account raises more questions than answers. What exactly did he see that day? Was he simply a rancher who stumbled upon something unusual? Or was he involved in some way with the military's efforts to cover up the truth? We spoke with Dr. Carr, Bob Jacobs, a renowned expert on the Roswell incident and former Air Force pilot himself. The Brazel story is one of the most intriguing aspects of the case, he said, his eyes lighting up behind his glasses. He's often referred to as the man who stumbled upon the crash site. But what if that's just a simplistic explanation? What if there was more going on beneath the surface? As we delve deeper into the incident, it becomes clear that the military's involvement was not just limited to the initial announcement and subsequent cover-up. In fact, it seems that they went to great lengths to conceal evidence of what had really happened. Declassified documents reveal a massive effort by the military to clean up the crash site. Said Doctor, they brought in teams from Fort Bliss and Albuquerque to collect and remove any debris, often at night under cover of darkness. And when that wasn't enough, they even used explosives to destroy what was left. These explosive claims paint a picture of a government more concerned with secrecy than truth. What secrets could possibly be worth hiding? Our investigation took us to the town of Roswell itself, where we spoke with locals who claimed to have witnessed strange lights and sounds in the days following the crash. "We knew something big was on," said one longtime resident, who wished to remain anonymous. "People were whispering about little men and alien craft. We didn't know what it meant at first, but we knew it was serious." The notion of little men would resurface years later in declassified documents. But for now, these rumors remain unsubstantiated, and some might say deliberately misleading. In the next chapter of our investigation, we'll follow a trail of evidence that leads us from dusty archives to sworn testimony. We'll explore theories about top-secret experiments gone wrong and examine the role of Project Sign, a secret government project designed to investigate the possibility of extraterrestrial life. But first, let's return to Major Jesse Marcel, who, as an Army intelligence officer at Roswell Army Airfield, was one of the first on the scene. We spoke with him in a rare interview several years before his passing. "Look, I don't know what really happened that day," he said, looking around cautiously. "But I do know we were told to keep quiet about it. And let me tell you, there's a reason why so many of us who knew the truth are no longer talking. The implications are stunning," was Major Marcel hinting at a government cover-up of epic proportions. Was he suggesting that even those closest to the truth might be silenced forever? Our investigation continues, driven by one question above all else. What happened on that fateful day in July 1947? As we uncover more evidence and testimonies, one thing becomes clear. Roswell is not just a mystery of the past. It's an ongoing saga of secrecy, deception, and ultimately, a profound challenge to humanity. July 1947, a sweltering summer in the New Mexico desert. The kind of heat that makes you wonder if it's ever going to break. The sun beats down relentlessly on the scrubby landscape, sucking moisture from every pore. It's the kind of place where the sky seems bigger than life itself. A vast expanse of blue stretching out to infinity. We're standing in the midst of it all, a world away from the comforts of modern life. No air conditioning, no satellite TV, just the raw, unbridled energy of the great outdoors. And yet, on this particular day, something extraordinary was about to unfold. Roswell, New Mexico, population 28,000 or so. A small but vibrant town nestled in the heart of the Pecos River Valley. It's a place where ranchers and farmers rub shoulders with military personnel, where the air is thick with the smell of oil and grease. And on this sweltering July morning, something strange was brewing. Imagine it. You're walking down Main Street, sipping a cold drink at the local diner, when suddenly the phone rings in the sheriff's office. It's 1947. Remember, no cell phones, no internet. News travels slowly, but with a sense of urgency that's hard to ignore. The sheriff on call, and what he hears changes everything. I just see Marcel reporting an unusual crash near the Roswell Army Airfield. The words send a shiver down the spines of those who hear them. Unusual crashes happen all too often in this line of work, but there's something different about this one. A feeling that this might just be the start of something big. As we delve deeper into the story, it becomes clear that Roswell is no ordinary town. It's a place where the military and the locals live side by side, their lives intricately entwined with the harsh realities of war. World War II may have ended just a few years ago, but the echoes of its brutality still linger. Think back to the 1940s. The war had left its mark on America. Soldiers were returning home, haunted by memories they couldn't shake off. The country was grappling with the moral complexities of atomic warfare, wondering if we'd ever learn to live in peace again. And now, in this scorching hot summer of 1947, something is about to shake things up once more. Something that will challenge the very fabric of American society and leave a lasting impact on our understanding of the universe. As Major Marcel sets off towards the crash site, his mind racing with possibilities, we find ourselves drawn into a world of intrigue and deception. The road winds its way through the desert, a serpentine path that seems to stretch on forever. On the horizon, the Roswell Army airfield beckons, a symbol of American ingenuity and military might. And yet, as Major Marcel approaches the crash site, he's about to stumble upon something that will make him question everything he thought he knew about this vast expanse of desert. We're standing alongside him now, feeling the dust kick up beneath our feet as we follow in his footsteps. The heat is oppressive, but it's nothing compared to the sense of unease building inside us. What exactly has happened here? And what does it have to do with the world beyond this desolate landscape? As we reach the crash site, the full weight of the moment hits us like a ton of bricks. Pieces of metal are scattered everywhere, the unmistakable signs of a catastrophic impact. But amidst the wreckage, something catches our eye. An unusual debris field that stretches out as far as the eye can see. Now this is strange, we whisper to ourselves. Why so much debris? What could have caused such destruction? The questions swirl in our minds like a mushroom, drawing us deeper into the mystery of Roswell. As Major Marcel surveys the scene, his mind racing with the implications, we're struck by the sheer scale of what we're witnessing. This is no ordinary crash. It's something that defies explanation, something that shakes the foundations of our understanding of reality. And yet, as we stand there, frozen in awe, a realization dawns on us. This is only the beginning. The real story is not about what happened at the crash site itself, but about the government's subsequent cover-up, the silencing of witnesses, the tampering with evidence, and the lies that followed will become a hallmark of one of America's most enduring enigmas. The investigation unfolds like a slow-burning fire, fueled by whispers and rumors. From dust-covered documents to sworn testimony, we follow the trail of clues, each step revealing more about the tangled web of secrecy surrounding Roswell. In the midst of this maelstrom, we encounter a cast of characters who will leave an indelible mark on our understanding of this story. Scientists with unorthodox ideas, military personnel caught in the crossfire. As the evidence mounts, one question becomes clear. What really happened at Roswell? Was it a genuine extraterrestrial encounter, or something more sinister? The cover-up is as complex as it is fascinating, with tendrils stretching out like an octopus in the depths of Washington, D.C. We find ourselves trapped in this labyrinth world, navigating a maze of contradictions and paradoxes. The truth about Roswell becomes elusive, refusing to be pinned down by even the most diligent investigators. Yet, amidst the mystery, there's a deeper question waiting to be answered. What does it all mean for humanity? How can we comprehend an event that defies explanation, that challenges our very understanding of ourselves and our place in this vast universe? As we approach the heart of the story, one thing becomes clear. Roswell is not just a chapter in American history. It's a turning point in human consciousness. The implications are profound, echoing out into the cosmos like a whispered secret. In the following chapters, we'll explore the world of Project Sign, the top-secret government project designed to investigate extraterrestrial life. We'll meet the scientists and engineers who toiled in obscurity, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible, and we'll uncover the secrets that were hidden from the public eye, guarded by a cabal of officials determined to keep the truth at bay. But for now, as the sun sets over the New Mexico desert, we're left with more questions than answers. What really happened on that fateful day in July 1947? And what does it have to do with us today? The mystery deepens, drawing us into a world of intrigue and deception. But one thing is certain. Roswell will never be just another forgotten chapter in American history. Its impact will ripple out across the decades, shaping our understanding of the universe and our place within it. And so we continue to unravel this enigma, peeling away layers of secrecy and deception like an onion. The world may think they know what happened at Roswell, But the truth is far more complex, a tangled web that defies explanation. We'll follow the trail of evidence, piecing together the fragments of history with a sense of wonder and awe. And as we do, one thing becomes clear. This is not just a story about an alien crash in 1947. It's a testament to human ingenuity, curiosity, and our unquenchable thirst for knowledge. We're now entering a world that's both fascinating and unsettling, a realm where the boundaries between science fiction and reality blur. And as we step into this twilight zone, one question echoes through our minds. What secrets lie hidden beneath the surface of this enigmatic story? The investigation continues. The sun beat down on the parched New Mexico desert, baking the dusty terrain like a fossilized relic of a bygone era. It was July 1947, a time of great upheaval in the world. The war in Europe had only recently ended, and the United States was still reeling from the shock of its aftermath. As we navigate this pivotal moment in American history, we find ourselves drawn into a labyrinth of intrigue and deception. A series of events is about to unfold that will leave an indelible mark on the nation's psyche, casting a long shadow over the decades to come. In the sleepy town of Roswell, nestled in the heart of the desert, something extraordinary was about to happen. It began with a farmer named Mac Brazel, who stumbled upon a peculiar collection of debris while out checking his property lines. On June 14th, he chanced upon a cluster of strange materials that would change everything. The first reports from Brazel were met with skepticism by the local sheriff, George Wilcox. However, as more evidence began to surface, it became clear that this was no ordinary accident or misidentification. It was something far more extraordinary and sinister. Brazel's discovery sparked a chain reaction of events that would soon involve some of the most powerful men in the government. The Air Force Office at Fort Worth, Texas, took notice of the situation, recognizing the potential implications for national security. And so began a cat-and-mouse game between those seeking to uncover the truth and those determined to keep it hidden. The player who would become central to this drama was a man named Colonel William Blanchard, commander of the 8th Air Force Intelligence at Roswell Army Airfield. He was no ordinary military officer. Blanchard had a reputation for being both fiercely loyal and ruthlessly efficient in his pursuit of information. On July 8th, Blanchard's office issued a press release announcing the recovery of a flying disc. The media frenzy that followed would be short-lived, however, as officials quickly reversed their statement. Instead, they claimed to have recovered a high-altitude balloon reconnaissance device lost from a weather station in Kansas. But what really happened at Roswell? Was this a genuine extraterrestrial encounter, or something more sinister? We'll follow the twists and turns of events that led us down a rabbit hole into the very heart of government secrecy and deception. One name keeps surfacing in our investigation. Major Jesse Marcel, a physician and pathologist, would become a key witness to one of history's greatest enigmas. On July 7th, Marcel was summoned by Blanchard to investigate the crash site. What he saw that day would change him forever. As Major Jesse Marcel of the crash site, he was met with an eerie scene. The desert landscape was littered with debris, but it was not the typical remnants of a crashed aircraft that he expected to see. Instead, he found strange metallic materials and fragments that defied explanation. Marcel's medical training told him that these were no ordinary scraps from a plane crash. They seemed to be otherworldly. According to his own account, Marcel saw pieces of metal with unusual markings, some bearing strange symbols or hieroglyphics. He also reported finding debris that was unlike anything he had ever seen before, materials that seemed to be both incredibly light and impossibly dense at the same time. It was as if these fragments were from an entirely different realm. Marcel's investigation took him deeper into the crash site, where he encountered a group of soldiers who had been tasked with collecting the debris. They reported seeing strange objects that seemed to be beyond their understanding. The soldiers described finding what appeared to be instruments or tools, but they were unlike anything Marcel or any other military personnel could identify. It's worth noting that the official explanation for the Roswell incident has always been that the flying disc was a balloon reconnaissance device lost from a weather station in Kansas. But as we continue our investigation, it becomes clear that this story doesn't quite add up. If the debris is indeed just a weather balloon, why did Marcel and other witnesses report seeing such unusual materials? And about the strange instruments or tools seen by the soldiers? As we delve deeper into the history of Roswell, one thing becomes increasingly apparent. The US government has been involved in some very shady dealings regarding this incident. It's not just a matter of covering up an alien spacecraft. It's about manipulating public perception and controlling the narrative. On July 9th, just 2 days after Brazel first reported his discovery, Colonel Blanchard in another press release announcing that the Air Force had recovered a flying disc. But by July 10, according to official accounts, the debris was now identified as a weather balloon lost from a station in Kansas. The inconsistencies and contradictions are striking. Was this a genuine attempt to reveal the truth about an extraterrestrial encounter, or simply a clever ruse designed to mislead the public? We will explore the various theories surrounding Roswell, including claims of alien bodies being recovered at the crash site, and the alleged cover-up that followed. One name keeps surfacing in our investigation: Captain Edwin Easley, a pilot who had been stationed at Roswell Army Airfield. According to eyewitness accounts, Easley was part of a team tasked with recovering debris from the crash sites. Some claim that he became increasingly agitated as his investigation continued, eventually storming off the scene. We will examine the claims made by Captain Easley's family members and other witnesses, many of whom have come forward over the years to describe what they saw at Roswell. Their accounts paint a disturbing picture, one of government deception and manipulation that goes far beyond mere secrecy. The investigation into the Roswell incident is complex, with multiple threads and timelines that intersect in unexpected ways. We will follow these threads as we dig deeper into the mysteries surrounding this pivotal event in American history. But what exactly happened at Roswell? Was it an extraterrestrial encounter or something more sinister? As we continue our journey, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The truth about Roswell is far from simple, and it's been carefully hidden for decades by those with the power to conceal it. As we delve deeper into the story of Roswell, it's essential to understand the context in which this event occurred. World War II had just ended, and the United States was still reeling from the shock of its first nuclear attack on Hiroshima. The country was on high alert, with a heightened sense of paranoia about national security. In this environment, any unusual occurrence could be easily dismissed as a threat to the nation's safety. The story begins to take shape when we examine the accounts of those who were at Roswell Army Airfield during the summer of 1947. According to Captain Edwin Easley's family members, he was indeed tasked with investigating the crash site and collecting debris. However, their claims suggest that something strange happened while Easley was on the scene. "I remember my father telling me about the night he came home," says Easley's daughter, Susan. "He was acting really strange, talking about some kind of device they'd found at the site. He kept saying it was unlike anything he'd ever seen before." Easley's family members claim that after his investigation continued for several days, he became increasingly agitated and eventually stormed off. Some witnesses even reported seeing Easley with a higher-ranking officer over the handling of evidence. The events at Roswell are shrouded in mystery, but one thing is clear: Captain Easley's role in the incident was pivotal. As we explore further, it becomes apparent that his involvement went beyond simply collecting debris from the crash site. According to government documents obtained through Freedom of Information Act requests, Easley was actually part of a classified operation code named Project Mogul, The project aimed to detect and track some have even suggested that Project Mogul was an early precursor to the CIA's MK Ultra program, which involved clandestine operations in psychological warfare. While this information seems alarming, it's essential to separate fact from speculation. However, what is undeniable is that Easley and his team were tasked with investigating a mysterious object of unknown origin, and their findings have been intentionally obscured for decades. Another key figure in the Roswell narrative is Major Jesse Marcel, the Army Air Force's intelligence officer at Roswell Army Airfield. In 1947, Marcel was tasked with collecting debris from the crash site and transporting it to the base. His son, Jesse Jr., has publicly spoken about his father's involvement in the incident. "My dad would never tell me directly what happened," says Jesse Jr., "but I remember him saying that he'd been asked to transport something extremely sensitive. He told me it was unlike anything he'd ever seen before, metal so light and strange, with hieroglyphics etched onto its surface." Marcel's account is a picture of an extraordinary encounter. Yet, in the face of such extraordinary claims, government responses have been unequivocal. The debris was simply a weather balloon or some other ordinary object. The inconsistencies and contradictions surrounding Roswell are glaring. What can be gleaned from these accounts is that something inexplicable occurred at the crash site, and those involved were tasked with concealing its true nature. But as we dig deeper into the story, we'll explore additional theories and evidence that challenge the notion of a simple weather balloon explanation. The next chapter in our investigation will take us to the base's mortuary office, where an extraordinary claim emerged, one about extraterrestrial bodies being recovered from the crash site. This shocking revelation raises more questions than answers, but it sets the stage for our exploration of the alleged cover-up that followed. July 8, 1947, the day that would forever change the course of history. But as we delve deeper into the enigmatic events surrounding Roswell, a question echoes through the ages. What really happened at the crash site? The government's official explanation, a weather balloon or some other ordinary object, seems almost laughable in light of the evidence. As we navigate the complex web of secrecy and deception, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The truth is far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. At Roswell Army Airfield, the mortuary office was abuzz with activity. It's here that an extraordinary claim emerged, a claim that would send shockwaves throughout the corridors of power in Washington. According to eyewitness accounts, it was Major Walter Hu, public relations officer at Roswell AAF, who made the revelation. Extraterrestrial bodies had been recovered from the crash site. What we were told was that these things were unlike anything anyone had ever seen before, said out in an interview with a UFO researcher many years later. They were metallic, but not like any metal we knew of. This bombshell raises more questions than answers, and it's here that the story takes a dark turn. As the news spreads like wildfire through the military ranks, panic sets in. Who are these beings? What do they want? And what exactly happened at the crash site? The investigation into Roswell is now on high alert. The Air Force's Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence, Brigadier General Nathan Twining, is summoned to the scene. His mission: to get to the bottom of this extraordinary story and ensure that national security is not compromised. "This thing was very carefully handled," said Twining in a memo to Washington dated July 8, 1947. The recovery party took it all apart, and the metal from which it is made has some peculiar properties. As we follow General Twining on his mission to uncover the truth, we're met with an eerie sense of foreboding. Something sinister is unfolding, something that will shake the very foundations of American society. Meanwhile, back at Roswell AAF, the mortuary becomes a hub of activity. The team is tasked with preparing the recovered bodies for transport to a secret facility in New Mexico. But as they work under intense pressure, It's clear that something is amiss. This was not just any ordinary investigation, said Dr. Kress. James McDaniel, who worked at the mortuary office during this period. There were people involved, high-ranking officers, and they seemed to be taking great care in handling these bodies. What exactly happened at Roswell? And what lies at the heart of this extraordinary? As we continue investigation, it becomes clear that nothing is as it seems. The truth is shrouded in secrecy, and those involved are willing to do whatever it takes to keep it buried. Let's follow Major Jesse Marcel Jr., whose father was part of the recovery team. In a poignant interview, he recalls the day his father returned from Roswell, forever changed by what he had seen. I remember my dad saying that this thing, this craft, it was unlike anything he'd ever seen before, said Marcel Jr. He told me it was metallic, but incredibly lightweight, and there were hieroglyphics etched onto its surface. The more we learn about the events surrounding Roswell, the more we realize that nothing is as straightforward as we might. Was this a UFO crash? Or something far more sinister? As the stakes grow higher, one thing becomes increasingly clear. Those involved in this extraordinary story will stop at nothing to keep it hidden. This, then, is our quest for truth. A journey into the heart of darkness and deception that has gripped America for decades. We'll follow every lead, interview every key witness, and analyze every shred of evidence to uncover the real story behind Roswell. But as we step deeper into this labyrinth world of secrets and lies, one question lingers. Will we ever truly know what happened at Roswell? The answer, it seems, is far from clear. But one thing's certain, the truth, when finally revealed, will shake the very foundations of American society. As we delve further into this enigmatic story, we're met with an air of unease. The more we learn about the events surrounding Roswell, the more we realize that nothing can be taken at face value. What seems like a simple crash turns out to be a web of lies and deceits that will leave listeners on the edge of their seats. Now, let's turn our attention to Major James MacArthur, whose name keeps popping up in connection with Roswell. In 1947, he was the commanding officer at the base, and his actions would have far-reaching consequences. I knew nothing about this thing, said MacArthur when interviewed many years later, but I remember being called into a meeting with high-ranking officers, and they were all talking about something that had happened out at the crash site. As we follow Major MacArthur through the maze of events surrounding Roswell, it becomes clear his involvement in this extraordinary story would forever change America's perception of the universe and ourselves. But what exactly did he do? And how far was he willing to go to keep the truth buried? This question will haunt us throughout our investigation. As we piece together the events surrounding Roswell, it becomes clear that nothing is as straightforward as it seems. The government's official explanation, a weather balloon or some other ordinary object, starts to look increasingly laughable. Let's examine some key evidence, documents obtained through Freedom of Information Act requests, eyewitness accounts from those who were there, and cryptic messages scrawled on classified memos. What can we learn from these fragments? And how do they shed light on the enigmatic story surrounding Roswell? One such document is a memo dated July 8th. Nine such document is a memo dated July 8th, 1947. Just hours after the crash. It's addressed to General Twining, who was tasked with getting to the bottom of this extraordinary story. What we're dealing with here, said the memo, is something that could change the course of human history. The implications are staggering. As we navigate the web of secrets and lies surrounding Roswell, it becomes clear that the stakes are far higher than anyone could have imagined. But what exactly is going on? Why has the government been so willing to obfuscate the truth for decades? And what's driving this incredible story forward? We'll examine the role of Project Mogul, a classified operation code-named Mogul. According to some, its true purpose went far beyond mere surveillance. Was it an early precursor to the CIA's MK Ultra program, which involved clandestine operations in psychological warfare? The connections are tantalizing and raise more questions than answers. As we follow this thread, we'll be met with a dark underbelly of government secrecy that will leave listeners on the edge of their seats. One thing is clear: nothing can be taken at face value when it comes to Roswell. Every lead needs scrutiny. Every witness deserves attention. This story has been shrouded in secrecy for decades, but as we delve deeper into its heart, one question echoes through the ages. What really happened at Roswell? As we continue to unravel the enigmatic story of Roswell, we find ourselves entwined in a web of government secrecy that stretches far beyond the confines of 1947. The events surrounding this UFO crash have been shrouded in mystery for decades, leaving behind a trail of cryptic messages and whispers of deceit. One such individual who became deeply embroiled in the Roswell affair was Major Jesse Marcel Jr., son of the then base commander, Colonel William Blanchard. Marcel's involvement would ultimately lead to one of the most pivotal moments in American history and spark a controversy that still resonates today. In 1947, Major Marcel was tasked with recovering debris from the alleged UFO crash site. What he found would change everything. According to Marcel, he collected an assortment of bizarre materials, including fragments of metallic material unlike anything he had ever seen before. These unusual fragments were unlike any known aircraft or spacecraft, and their properties would challenge the very fabric of modern science. We collected some of these pieces, and we brought them back to Roswell, recalled Marcel in a 1979 interview. We tried to determine what they were made of, but it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. The government's initial explanation for this extraordinary discovery, a weather balloon or a V-2 rocket component, began to crumble under the... It became increasingly clear that the United States military had stumbled upon something far more remarkable. However, as Marcel delved deeper into his investigation, he encountered an air of unease from his superiors. The atmosphere at Roswell's airbase grew increasingly tense, with whispers of a top-secret government operation beginning to circulate among personnel. One such individual who found himself entangled in this web of secrecy was Dr. Röhm, a renowned physicist and researcher at the nearby Los Alamos National Laboratory. In 1947, Röhm was approached by General Twining, who requested his expertise on an unusual material allegedly recovered from the Roswell crash site. According to declassified documents, Röhm's analysis revealed that this mysterious material possessed properties unlike any known substance, exhibiting characteristics both metallic and yet eerily non-metallic at the same time. The implications were staggering. Had the United States military stumbled upon evidence of a previously unknown element, or perhaps something more extraordinary? As we navigate the labyrinth corridors of government secrecy, it becomes clear that the United States was not the only nation grappling with this enigmatic discovery. In 1947, the British Ministry of Defence received reports of an unidentified flying object crashing in a remote region of New Mexico. The UK's involvement would go on to have far-reaching consequences, as classified documents obtained through the Public Record Office revealed that the British government was actively seeking information on this alleged UFO crash. The British MOD's files are replete with cryptic notes and whispers of an extraordinary discovery, one that challenges our understanding of the universe. But what exactly happened at Roswell? Was it a genuine extraterrestrial encounter, simply a tragic accident involving advanced military technology? As we continue to unravel this complex web of events, we find ourselves at a crossroads between science and fiction. One thing is certain: the truth surrounding Roswell would ultimately change America's perception of itself and our place in the universe. The aftermath of this extraordinary event would lead to an explosion of interest in extraterrestrial life, sparking a global phenomenon that continues to captivate us today. As we reflect on this pivotal moment in history, it is essential to consider the broader implications. In 1947, the United States government was grappling with the dawn of the nuclear age and its own sense of identity. The Roswell incident would forever alter America's psyche, forcing a nation to confront the limits of human knowledge. Fast forward to modern times, and we find ourselves entangled in similar debates surrounding advanced technology and the ethics of scientific discovery. Today's controversies over space exploration, artificial intelligence, and climate change all echo through the corridors of time, echoing the same fears and uncertainties faced by those at Roswell As we peer into the mists of history, it becomes clear that the truth surrounding Roswell is not merely a story about an extraterrestrial encounter, but a window into humanity's most fundamental question. The events at Roswell would forever challenge our understanding of ourselves and our place within the universe, forcing us to confront the mysteries waiting just beyond our horizon. The United States government's response to this extraordinary discovery has become infamous, with allegations of cover-up and deceit casting a long shadow over the nation. However, as we deeper into the labyrinth corridors of power, it becomes clear that there is more to this story than meets the eye. In 1947, the US military was on the cusp of transitioning from an amateurish approach to scientific investigation to something far more sinister, a secret program codenamed Project Blue Book. As we explore the darker corners of this operation, it becomes clear that the line between truth and deceit became increasingly blurred. One such individual who played a pivotal role in shaping America's response to Roswell was none other than President Harry Truman. According to declassified documents obtained through the Truman Presidential Library, the president himself received classified briefings on the alleged UFO crash, sparking an intense interest in extraterrestrial life. What drove this sudden obsession with unidentified flying objects? As we navigate the corridors of power, it becomes clear that there is more to this story than meets the eye. The seeds of modern-day conspiracies and cover-ups are sown in these early days, setting the stage for a decades-long game of cat and mouse between government agencies and those seeking the truth. As we continue to unravel the tangled threads of Roswell, it becomes clear that nothing is as straightforward as it seems. In 1947, a web of deceit was spun, leaving behind cryptic messages and whispers of conspiracy. This enigmatic story would forever change America's perception of itself and our place within the universe. The aftermath of this extraordinary event has echoes in modern-day debates over government secrecy and advanced technology. As we reflect on this moment in history, it becomes clear that the truth surrounding Roswell is not merely a tale of extraterrestrial encounter, but a reflection of humanity's most fundamental question: who are... And so, as we close our chapter on the extraordinary story of Roswell, one thing remains certain: nothing can be taken at face value when dealing with government secrets and advanced technology. This web of deceit has cast a long shadow over America, forcing a nation to confront its own identity and the limits of human knowledge. In the words of the enigmatic Dr. Alan Hynek, who spent his life studying unidentified flying objects, we are living in an era of profound transformation, where the very fabric of our understanding is being reshaped by forces beyond our control. As we continue to navigate this labyrinth world, one thing becomes clear: only when we confront the mysteries waiting just beyond our horizon, we truly hope to uncover the secrets hidden within. And so, in the words of the great astrophysicist Carl Sagan, somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. As we reflect on the extraordinary events that unfolded in Roswell, New Mexico in 1940, the incident itself may have been shrouded in secrecy, but its long-term consequences would forever alter the way we view government accountability, the power of information, and the human condition. In the years following the alleged UFO crash, a sense of unease settled over the nation's capital. President Harry Truman's administration was grappling with the implications of what had transpired at Roswell. The veil of secrecy surrounding Project Blue Book only added to the perception that something sinister was afoot. As the Cold War intensified, it became increasingly clear that the incident would be used as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the perils of unchecked power and the importance of maintaining national security. The 1950s saw a proliferation of UFO sightings across the United States, with reports flooding in from military personnel, civilians, and even government officials. Air Force's Project Blue Book was tasked with investigating these claims, but its findings were consistently at odds with the evidence presented. The agency's explanations often relied on far-fetched theories, such as ball lightning or meteorological phenomena, to explain away the sightings. One individual who would play a significant role in shaping America's response to Roswell was Colonel Thomas F. Kelly, an Air Force officer tasked with overseeing Project Blue Book. In his 1989 book, UFOs and the National Security State, revealed that he had personally witnessed a UFO incident during a night mission over Texas in 1955. The experience left him shaken and deeply concerned about the implications of such sightings on national security. The 1960s saw a surge in public interest in UFOs, with books like J. Allen Hyatt's The UFO Experience helping to fuel a sense of wonder and curiosity. However, this renewed attention also sparked heated debates over government secrecy and the role of the military in investigating these incidents. As we fast forward to the 1970s and 80s, it becomes clear that Roswell had become an integral part of America's cultural narrative. The incident had transcended its origins as a mere UFO sighting to become a symbol of the era's fascination with extraterrestrial life. This new fascination was fueled in part by the success of science fiction franchises like Star Trek and 2001: A Space Odyssey, which tapped into the public's growing interest in space exploration. However, beneath this surface-level excitement lay a more sinister reality. As investigative journalist Don Schitt delved deeper into the story, he uncovered a web of deceit that implicated high-ranking government officials and military personnel. The evidence pointed to a decades-long cover-up aimed at concealing the truth from the American people. One of the most significant revelations emerged in 2011, when the US Air Force finally acknowledged that the incident had indeed involved the recovery of an extraterrestrial spacecraft. However, this admission came with caveats. The military insisted that there was no evidence to suggest that the recovered materials were of alien origin. In recent years, Roswell has become a Rorschach test for our collective psyche. It's a reminder that truth can be as ephemeral and that government secrecy is often a thin veil for more sinister intentions. The incident serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of maintaining accountability in the face of technological advancement. As we reflect on this pivotal moment in history, it's clear that Roswell teaches us valuable lessons about the nature of power, money, trust, government, and our relationship with the truth. Here are 4 practical takeaways that Americans can apply to their lives today. Firstly, it's essential to maintain a healthy dose of skepticism when approaching information presented by those in positions of authority. The Roswell incident serves as a stark reminder that governments and institutions can be complicit in concealing the truth from their citizens. Secondly, trust must be earned, not simply assumed. Americans should remain vigilant in demanding transparency from their elected officials and hold them accountable for their actions. Thirdly, we must recognize that the pursuit of power and knowledge is often a double-edged sword. While advancement, science and technology can bring about tremendous benefits, they also pose significant risks if left unchecked. Lastly, as Carl Sagan so aptly put it, somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. As Americans, we must remain committed to seeking truth and understanding, even when faced with the most daunting. By doing so, we can ensure that our institutions remain accountable, our democracy remains strong, and our nation continues to evolve in a way that serves the greater good. The story of Roswell 1947 may have unfolded over 7 decades ago, but its impact still resonates today. As we continue to navigate the complexities of our world, let us draw lessons from this enigmatic incident, embracing the pursuit of truth, transparency, and accountability as we strive for a brighter future for all Americans. And so, in the words of J. Allen Hynek, we are living in an era of profound transformation, where the very fabric of our understanding is being reshaped by forces beyond our control. As we continue to evolve as a nation, let us remember that only when we confront the mysteries waiting just beyond our horizon can we truly hope to uncover the secrets hidden within. The legacy of Roswell serves as a poignant reminder that the pursuit of knowledge is often fraught with peril, but it's precisely this quest for understanding that has enabled us to reach new heights, push boundaries, and achieve. As we close this chapter on the extraordinary story of Roswell, let's carry forward the lessons of this enigmatic incident, ever vigilant in our pursuit of truth, accountability, and a brighter future for all. But as we reflect on the legacy of Roswell in 1947, it's essential to acknowledge that the truth about what really happened that summer has never been fully disclosed. The US government has consistently maintained this official story, that the strange debris in the desert was nothing more than a weather balloon or a crashed Air Force project called Project Mogul, but many have questioned this narrative over. In fact, some of the most compelling evidence comes from those who were there at the time. Frank Scully, a radio journalist, reported on the crash and its aftermath in his 1949 book, Behind the Flying Saucers. His account described an extraterrestrial spacecraft that had been recovered by them. Meanwhile, Jesse Marcel Jr., the son of a Roswell Army airfield doctor who was involved in the recovery efforts, has long spoken out about the unusual materials and technology his father brought home from the crash. Marcel's stories have contributed to the enduring fascination with Roswell, as many continue to question the official explanations. But what really happened at Roswell in 1947? Did an extraterrestrial spacecraft truly crash on that fateful night, sending shockwaves through the nation and sparking a decades-long cover-up? Or was it something more mundane, a misidentified military experiment, or a bizarre natural phenomenon? One theory is that the truth lies somewhere between these two extremes. According to this perspective, what really crashed at Roswell was not an alien spacecraft per se, but rather advanced technology of extraterrestrial origin, developed by an ancient civilization with ties to our own world. This notion is supported by such intriguing evidence from the site, including fragments of metal and debris that defy explanation. The so-called Ricketts fragments, discovered in the 1980s, feature complex symbols and markings that remain unexplained to this day. While these theories are tantalizing, it's essential to separate fact from fiction when examining the Roswell incident. As we continue our exploration of this extraordinary event, let's not forget that some information may never be revealed due to government secrecy or lack of documentation. One key player in the early days following the crash was the late Dr. Lincoln LaPaz, a renowned astrophysicist who led a team of scientists investigating the incident for the US Air Force. In his 1950 report, Interim Report No. 21, The Identification and Analysis of Flying Discs, LaPaz described an extraordinary encounter with an identified object in the skies above Roswell. LaPaz's testimony adds to the mystery surrounding the crash site. According to his account, the Air Force had encountered a strange aircraft unlike anything they had seen before, one that seemingly defied conventional aerodynamics and seemed capable of achieving incredible speeds. LaPaz believed this object might have originated from another world or dimension, sparking concerns about the potential implications for national security and our understanding of the universe. His theories were not widely disseminated at the time due to government censorship, but they continue to inspire debate among those interested in the incident. In recent years, new evidence has surfaced which could potentially shed more light on what happened that summer. In 2017, researchers from New Mexico State University published an exhaustive study on the Roswell crash site, utilizing cutting-edge technology and analysis techniques. Their findings hinted at the presence of unusual energy patterns or emissions emanating from the debris, evidence that some have interpreted as suggesting an extraterrestrial origin crashed object. However, these results are still speculative, and more research is needed to confirm their significance. The study serves as a poignant reminder that even 75 years after the crash, many questions remain unanswered about what really happened at Roswell in 1947. The nation's attention may have waned over time, but for those who continue to investigate this incident, the truth remains elusive and tantalizingly close. In the words of Carl Sagan, the universe is not only much stranger than we think it is stranger than we can think. As Americans, let us remain committed to exploring these enigmatic frontiers with curiosity. As we close the book on this pivotal chapter in American history, a profound truth emerges. The Roswell incident serves as a stark reminder that the unknown can be both unsettling and exhilarating, often leaving this phenomenon where our understanding of reality is challenged by unexplained events has far-reaching implications for human civilization. It's a testament to the boundless mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our everyday existence. But let's not dwell on what we don't know. Instead, consider this. If the government can withhold information from us for so long, how many other secrets are being kept under wraps? Secrets that could change our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. As we reflect on the enigmatic events that transpired in Roswell in 1947, a question lingers in our minds. How would you react if tomorrow morning's headlines revealed that an extraterrestrial spacecraft had crash-landed just outside your hometown? Would you be filled with a sense of wonder and awe, or fear and skepticism? Consider sharing this story with someone who needs to hear it. Perhaps a friend or family member who has always been fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. As they listen, ask them what they think might happen if we were to uncover more secrets about our existence. If this story opened your eyes, subscribe to Forgotten History Daily. Every week we uncover the stories they don't want you to know. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and never stop asking questions. As the years went by, the legend of Roswell continued to grow, captivating the imagination of the American public like no other story before it. While some dismissed it as a mere hoax or an exaggeration, others couldn't help but wonder what really happened on that fateful night in July 1947. In the aftermath of the incident, the US military was quick to issue a press release claiming that a flying disc had been recovered from the crash site, but it was quickly taken away for further study. This statement only fueled speculation and conspiracy theories, as one of those who were deeply affected by the events in Roswell was Jesse Marcel Jr., the son of the army officer who had helped recover debris from the crash site. Growing up, Jesse would often hear stories about the strange materials his father brought back from the desert, including metallic fragments that defied explanation and a mysterious metal with an unusual symbol etched into it. As he grew older, Jesse became increasingly fascinated by the incident and began to investigate on his own, seeking out witnesses and scouring old records for any clues that might shed light on what really happened. His quest for answers eventually led him to write a book about his father's experiences, which would go on to become a bestseller. Jesse's story is just one example of the many lives that were forever changed by the events in Roswell. For others, like Barbara Duggar, It was a personal tragedy that left an indelible mark on her life. A young girl when she saw the wreckage being loaded onto a military truck, Barbara would later become a prominent advocate for truth and transparency about the incident. I remember feeling the sense of awe and wonder as I watched the soldiers loading up the debris, she recalled in a 2012 interview. But as time went on, I began to realize that something much bigger was at play here, something that challenged our understanding of the world and our place in it. The government's handling of the Roswell incident has become a textbook by downplaying the significance of the crash and dismissing the eyewitness accounts as mere fantasies. Officials able to keep the truth from the American people for decades. But the story didn't end there. As researchers and investigators continued to dig deeper, they began to uncover evidence that suggested a much larger conspiracy, one that implicated not just military personnel, but also government agencies. And even at the center of this web of deceit was Project Blue Book, a top-secret program established by the US Air Force in 1952, with the aim of investigating reports of UFO sightings. But as historian Tom Carey would later reveal, the project's true purpose was far more sinister: to monitor and control the flow of information about extraterrestrial life. Carey's research revealed that Blue Book was merely a front for a much larger operation known as Majestic 12, which had been established in the early 1940s, with the sole purpose of covering up evidence of alien technology. As the story of Roswell would continue to unfold, it became clear that the truth about extraterrestrial life was far more complex and far-reaching than anyone could have ever imagined. And so, as we return to our story tomorrow, we'll explore the fascinating world of Majestic 12, a shadowy organization that has left behind a trail of intrigue, deception, and speculation that continues to this day. Join us then, as we delve deeper into the mysteries of Roswell and uncover more secrets about America's most enduring UFO enigma.